department in PSN College of Engineering and Technology. Today we will discuss about the topic is object-oriented analysis and design. What is an object-oriented? Object-oriented is a software engineering methodology that is used object-oriented concept to analyze and design software system by modeling them interacting object each with its own objects, own data and behavior. Data means attribute and behavior means method. In all system is everything is an object and real world entity. For example, customer, car, book, hotel and pilot, etc. Each object is responsible for the self. Each object has an attribute and method. Attribute is a data and method is a function. Example, car has an attribute such as model of car. Car is an attribute and model is number, car number and color and speed and cost. It has method start, alerted, turn right, turn left, get stop, and object are grouped into the classes. Interaction through the message passing. A sender object send a request message to another object receiving to invoke a method of the receiving object. For example, class is a car, attribute is a model, location, wheels, and operator is a start and altered. Why object oriented? Benefit of object: higher level of abstraction, object encapsulation, data, attribute and functions method. So international details are hidden from outside, supporting abstraction at object level. Encashment of good programming technique. Each easy to produce more modulus and reusable code through classes and inheritance using O language. For example, C++, Java. Promoting of reusability. Classes are designed generally with reusable as a constant background goal in O system using interaction. Object-oriented analysis and innovation of a problem rather than how a solution is defined. During O analysis, there is an embracing or finding and describing the object or concept in the problem domain. For example, library management system, library information system including book, library code, ID card also called domain object entity. Object-oriented design, embracing a conceptual solution that fulfill the requirement for need to defining software object and how they collaborated to meet the requirement. For example, library information system, a book software object may have a title attribute and a get book details method. What are the methods needs? An attribute, design or implementation in a programming language. In example, book is a class in Java. This is the diagram to representing the object-oriented analysis. Analyzing the object means investigation of the problem. Designing means logical solution. Consideration means coding. For coding field, public classes book is public is a class book. Private is a string title for the private class. Book and title for string get book details. Visible representing of the domain concept. Analysis means investigation the problem and the requirement. Why need and required for analyzing problem domain? What of the system do the right things analysis. Design means conceptual solution that means requirement, not an implementation. Example is a database scheme and object, software object, the solution of domain. OO means we find the description, business object or conceptual in the problem domain. OID means we define how this software object collaborate to meet the requirement. Attribute and method. OOPS means implementation for designing Java, C++, C, etc. Unified process. What is meant by unified process? The unified process is a popular interacting software development process for building object-oriented system. For iterating and evaluating development involve retrieving early programming and testing of the particular system. Feedback based on measurable used to clarify, correct and improve the evaluation specification. This is the picture representation of the unified process. Planning and modeling, constructing, developing, communication. Planning and modeling be elaborating and constructed development is the transaction. Constructed means construct the process, and software increment is the production of the release processing, and communication and planning inception. Inception means communication and planning. Establish the business case for the project. Examining the project, encapsulation and vanitary constant. Outline of the use case and key requirement. Identify the risk. Prepare route, project schedule and cost estimation. Elaborated means planning and modeling. Refining and establishing the preliminary use case that were developed as part of the inception space. Establishing and valuable system architecture through implementation of executable architecture baseline. Particular implementation of the system considered only core functional. Consideration. Remaining of the system is building on foundation led in elaborating phase. Each interaction result in executable release of software. As components are beginning implementation, unit test are designing and executable for each and interaction attribute activities and constraint. Transaction. System is developed to target user. Feedback received from initialization released may result in future refinement. The software team creating the necessary support information. Example, user manual, troubleshooting guidance, installation procedure that is required for the release. Production means the ongoing use of the software is monitoring, supporting for the operating environment. Is providing and defect, reproduct and request for changing and submitted and evaluated. This is the diagram representation of the transaction. UML diagram, Unified Modeling Language, a language for utilization, specific consideration and documentation. The software intention system. The UML is a very important part of development object-oriented software and the software development process. For designing the document software, particular user of over design and independent for implementation language. Goal in designing in UML, providing user a ready to use the expression visual modeling language so that can develop and changing meaningful models. Be independent of particular programming language and developing process. Supporting high-level development concept, interacting best practical and models. 3 ways to apply UML. UML is a sketch, informal and incomplete diagram to explore difficult part of problem. UML is a blueprint, detailed design diagram used either for reverse engineering code to diagram and forward engineering diagram to code. For either reverse engineering means code to diagram and forward engineering means diagram to code. UML as programming language completely execute specific of software system in UML. Executable code will be automatically generated. 3 precepts to apply UML. Conceptual, specific, implementation. Conception means description things in a domain of interest. Specification means description of the abstraction, no community to the particular implementation. Implementation process means implementation of the particular techniques. This is the diagram. UML diagram, UML static diagram, structural diagram. In another name is structural diagram. Static diagram types: class diagram, object diagram, component diagram, development diagram and package diagram. Behavior diagram is use case, activity, interaction diagram. Interaction diagrams 2 types: sequential diagram and collaboration diagram. Last state chart diagram. First one, to explain first one, use case diagram. Use case diagram means a show as interaction between user, actor and system. Use case is a sensor in which your system or application interaction with people, organization or external system. This is the diagram, use case diagram for ordering system management system. This is the diagram representation. Actor means customer and order for round circle means use orders for system boundary, and extension relationship means the special order to order. This is the example of the use case diagram. For example of the use case diagram for passport automation system. First, application applicant for passport to applicant and police, passport administration, regional administration for the use case and logical submitting details checked for police to verification of the login, get detail, verify, and regional administration to login, get details, verify, and store verification. Passport administration to login, get details, store verification using passport. Application going to login, submitting details, check status. Class diagram. Class diagram give the static view of an application. A class can refers to another class. A class can have its object or may inherit from other classes. UML class diagram give an overview of the software system by displaying classes, attribute, operation and their relationship. This diagram including class name, attribute and operator, separate design of the component. Sample class diagram is customer only for name and locations. Order means data, number. Special order means actually data and numbers. Normal order also data and numbers. Normal order means confirm, close, dispatch and received. This is the example of the class diagram. For database, which database you collected is a name and name get be stored. Applicant what name, father's name, details collect, date of birth, permanent address, temporary address, email address, phone number, PAN card application, and this is for login and submitted and check. Passport administration, username and password only, verify and updated. Police, username, password, verify and updated. Regional officer, same username and password, get the information from the customer and login and verify and checked. Object diagram. Object diagram are retrieved from class diagram. So object diagram are dependent upon the class diagram. Object diagram represent an instant of a class diagram. Object diagram also represent the static view of a system, but the static view is a snapshot, particular moments. This is the diagram represent of the object diagram. Customer order 1, order 2, order 3 and special order to individually. Activity diagram. Activity diagram describe of the dynamic exception of the system. Activity diagram is a basically flow chart. Flow chart means first start and end is considered of the condition. Yes means you accepted the process, no means to terminate the process. This is the activity diagram to customer. First start the process with dot point. Customer send the order request and request will be confirmed. Check yes or no, customer is order or not. Yes means confirm your order, no means check the special order. This is the no means to terminate the order, yes means confirm the order, dispatching the order. Example of activity diagram. This is the activity diagram example. This also activity diagram example. Sequential order. Sequential order means interaction diagram. Sequential diagram displays interaction between the object in the sequential order. The order in which this interaction take place. It shows timeline which show the order interacting visually to vertical axis. for customer order, special order and normal order. To customer to installation call to send the message to the order. The confirm the order will be dispatching in the next level. It is not confirming order, return to call to the order customer and to verify the customer. This is the example of the sequential order. Application, same example, application, passport administration, regional officer, police and database. Applicant will log in and give detail. Passport verification, store the data, store the details. To verify the regional officer, to accept your verification, updated the details with the database. Any verification is wrong, to be check in the application. Applicant will be send the details and verify the details, verification again, and to last to updated all the information to the database. To correct means issue the passport, otherwise it will not issue the passport. Collaboration diagram. Collaboration diagram is a type of interaction diagram that show how various software object interaction with each other within an overall IT architecture and how user can benefit from this collaboration. This is the diagram representation of the collaboration diagram. Example of the collaboration diagram, same collaboration diagram. This is the example of the passport verification automation. This is the example of the collaboration diagram. Start chart. State chart diagram means state chart diagram describes different state of the components in a system. The state are specific to the component or object of the system. This is the representation of the state chart diagram. Example of the state chart diagram is the forward communication for starting point and login, get detail from the application, details, give the detail from the application, get detail from the application and verify and issue the passport. Component diagram. Component diagram to show the relationship between different component in a system. It models the physical acceptance of the system. Physically accept of the element such as executable, library, file, document, etc. which reside in a node. This is the diagram representation of the component diagram. Example of the component diagram: passport verification, application, applicant; passport automation, applicant; passport administration, regional officer, police. Development diagram. Development diagram are used to visually the topology of the physical component of the system where the software component are deployed. Deployment diagram are used to describe the static development view on the system. Is the node diagram consist of the node and the relationship. This is the diagram representation of the deployment diagram. Example of deployment diagrams. Package diagram are used to structure high level system element. Package are used to organize large system which consist diagram, document and other key delivery. Package diagram can be used to simplify complex. Class diagram is can group classes into the package. Package 1 is imported to the package 2. This is the diagram representation of the package diagram. The hospital management system is a case study, a system to manage the activity in the hospital. Patient required to the appointment for the any doctor, The details of the existing patient are retrieved by the system. New patient means updating the detail system before they request for appointment with the help of assistant. The assistant confirms the appointment based on the availability of free slot for the respective doctor and the patient is informed. Assistant may cancel the appointment at any time. Consider actor, use case diagram and class diagram, sequence diagram and state diagram. Next is again POS system. The POS system is a computerized application used to record salts and handle payment. It is typically used for retrieve store. It interface to various service applicant such as third part of text calculator and invalidation control. This system must be relative flat tolerant, that is even if remote service temporarily unavailable, such as inventory system that must still with capable of capturing sales and handling at last case of payment. We are creating couple of POS system that will be seals to different client with dispersion need in terms, business rules process. There will be need mechanism to provide this facility and customize. This is the diagram representation. User interface, the item ID and quality. The middle focus exploring how to connecting other layer. Applicant will be sales, payment for login and domain object. Primary focus of case study and exploring how to design project. Technical service, login and database. Secondary database is the exiting technical service. Use case model. Use case model describe the probable functionality of the new system. It is visually representation of interaction between the user and the system. Is a use case diagram. Use case discrete unit of interaction between the user, human or machine. Example, login to the system, registration with the system, and create ordering or use case is also sensor. Each use case describing of the function that will be built up proper system. Use case is typical related of actor, human or machine entity. Interaction to the system to perform meaningful work. Components of use case diagram. Use case diagram describe a sequence of action that providing something of mutual valuable to an actor and is drawn as a horizontal ellipse. Actor is a personal, organization or external system plays a role of one or more interaction within the system. Association means actor or use case are entered by sold lines. The association exiting with the actor involving with an interaction describe the use case. The actor is this diagram will be represent of the actors. Use case diagram ellipse shape. Associate is the line. Special case is the arrow mark. Common behavior is the also arrow mark including. Actors means an actor model external activity with the communication with the user, external system and physical environment. For example, passenger, a person in the train, CPS satellite providing the system of the CPA coordinator. Use case diagram to the ellipse shape. The use case diagram represent of the class functionality providing by the system of the event flow. A use case consider unique name, participation actor, entry continuous, condition, flow of events, exiting system, special requirements. Example of use case and first actor and actor, first primary actor and secondary actor. Primary actors means cashier, manager, bank. For example of the bank, cashier, manager, administration. Or secondary actor means customer. Me also customer, payment, authentication system, and innovation system. This is the bank management system to representing of the actors, cashier, manager, and administration. This is the payment authentication system and innovation. Cashier to process the sales to ellipse use case diagram to ellipse shape, and manager to analyzing the sales, administration managing the system, cashier processing sales to the inventor system and also manager analyzing sales also inventor system. Use case process says customer are with the POS checkout with the good to purchase. Cashier starting a new sales. Cashier enter items identifier. System recording sales line item or represented the descriptive price and running tools total. Cashier pay and system handle payment. System logs completely sales and sending sales payment information to external accounting system for accounting and commission and inventor system to updating the inventor system presenting the receipt customer leaves with the receipt and goods. Realized in use case diagram, 3 other types are relative between use case: extended, include, and generalized. Extended means association. Extended relationship to be essentially or slanted in no case. The essential events flow of patterns out of the main event flow of clarity. The direction of the extended relationship with the extended use case. This is the diagram representation of the extended diagram. Passenger to purchase the ticket from the out of the order, cancel the order anytime, no changes, time out. The association of relationship or use case relationship. Include means relationship represent the behavior that factors out of this use case. Behavior is the factor of reuse, not because it is the extension. The different direction of the including relationship to include the use case, extent of the relationship. This is the diagram representation of the association and use case relationship. Generalized relationship means use case generalized can be one use case that is similarly to another but does something slightly difficulty or something more, generally work the same way which use case and as it does with classes. The child use case encouraging the behavior and meaningful of the parents use case. Child use case to parents use case. Example of the relationship. Updating patient information, make appointment. Check your patient, old patient or new patient. Old patient means only payment arrangement, and make a new patient means old patient ID and new patient ID get details from the processor. And old patients means processing settle information management and manage schedule, and the doctor is recording availability. Application of the OID, software developments, solving any real world problem and understanding the established requirement of the customer. Thank you.